Okay, let's have some coffee first. Let's talk about rumors for a second here for 2K25. I would be shocked if they do this. And I'm talking about having this version of NBA 2K The City in the next video game. Now, what's funny is that I actually did a video last week talking about just like, hey, stuff we would want to see added, etc. And then I even gave a hypothesis of like, you could incorporate something like NBA 2K The City into the video game, or more so, elements of it in 2K25. But I see a lot of people talking like this is in and this is happening. We don't know. We actually know nothing. I know nothing, but that's not new. I asked you guys if you wanted to get my take on this for what it's worth, which is whatever. And from where I sit, I would be shocked if WWE 2K25 had an NBA 2K City-like mode in their game. And the reason why is, well, a couple. One, I think, as just a video game player and not knowing how game development works, I would think something like that takes a lot of time and a lot of resources. Could it be something that they work on for several years since like 2K22 or the year they were off? Maybe it's something that was on a whiteboard and they want to eventually do something akin to an NBA City mode. That's possible. But the game development for these annual titles is like 8 to 10 months, and then we have a new game. So I don't think within 1 year they were like, hey, you know what'd be cool is if we just did a whole open world city idea for wrestling. Off you go. I think it's a little bold of us. Now, could 2K put out a similar type of mode, something like that, or elements of it? Yeah, it's very possible, and it would be cool. And I'm not sitting here saying like, hey, I don't want this. What the hell do I know? But I'm just saying that if they took elements of it, of what worked, and maybe they were able to apply it in the WWE 2K world, yeah, that could work. For example, what if they gave us what we had in the old days, SmackDown versus Raw, where you had more of an open backstage area that we used to have, where maybe My Rise and Showcase mode are gonna receive some significant updates to it, where they change kind of the dynamic and how those modes work. And maybe there is more of a open world type of element to it. We don't know. I'm just guessing here, but I'm saying that you could take pieces of it and apply it. Having a full dedicated mode that is online and you're a wrestler or you're a custom created superstar and you are roaming and walking and doing mini games and working out and getting points and then walking over to an area and like getting in a ring and having a wrestling match online. Look, I would love it. I would be shocked if we got it in a great way. If they pull it off, I'm like, that's awesome. Yay for players, like whatever. But I'm usually more on the conservative side in terms of like, I have low expectations for the world and just in general. And then when those things are better, then I go, yay. The other piece that would give me a lot of hesitation is the online aspect. 2K in the WWE games isn't really known for having, how can I put this? Good online stability, good matchmaking. Like I will go into 24 and try to do a 1v1 match online because I'm bored and it doesn't work. There's barely any servers and it crashes a lot. And the times that I do get in a match, getting dummy left and right because one, I'm bad at video games, but two, the lag, the latency in it is not great. So I have a hard time thinking that we're gonna get an open world thing of 30 players running around with each other, interacting. Why would we go that direction when the core essentials still need to be addressed and need to be fixed? You know what I mean? I go back and say my original point. If they deliver on this and the big trailer on the 28th is going to be your story, your way, bigger bangers, whatever, and it's all this open world cutscene stuff, hey, I'll be the first to be like, this looks exciting. This looks fun. I'm curious what it'll play like. It's all good. I just really am kind of like, oh, let's pump the brakes on assuming everything is truthful and that everything online is like, this is the way it is and this is going to be the mode. We don't know. For me, I've covered these games on this channel for the last, well, 3 years, and I've seen incremental updates and changes to the games as they go. But I do think that the devs would be working on certain things in the background to hopefully get them released one day, like bigger projects, like War Games was a couple of years in development. My faction, as not a fan favorite as that mode is for people, it's evolved over 3 years, and now we're into the 4th year of it. And it is something that, you know what, I'd be curious to see what direction they go, what changes they make, if any, and maybe not. My GM, kind of similar. They started it back up in 22, and it was very, very minimal in terms of what it had. It was very bare bones, and it has slowly progressed. It's not perfect, and it needs a lot more work. There's a lot of features that it can totally add and implement. Universe mode is a whole thing that needs to be done. But my point is that every year there's more updates, tweaks, and like, okay, we've improved this, we've added this, we've added this. And then on the same token, there's enough things in the list that were like, this broke, this broke, this broke. So we can see that our attention probably needs to be on, let's fix the core things and let's do that well. Now, the other big rumor that is circulating online, and I've seen this for a couple of years anyways, and I'm gonna be in the camp of believe it when I see it. Intergender matches. A lot of talk and rumbling online is that 2K25 is going to have intergender matches made available in the game. Again, if it's there, well then I'm happy for people that want to play intergender matches. Yay for everybody. It doesn't matter to me. But I pump the brakes personally. I sit here and go, I don't really see that happening. My reason is because, well, WWE themselves don't do intergender matches on their program. The closest thing we had years ago was the mixed match challenge, and that wasn't intergender. That was just mixing tag team partners. I hesitate that 2K would have intergender matches put in their video game because, one, it all needs to be greenlit by WWE. It's their product. It's their license. I find it hard to believe that WWE would give permission to say, yeah, do intergender matches in your video game. We're okay with having Rhea Ripley put in submissions and power bombed by Braun Strowman or Roman Reigns, or females bleeding. Now, I know there's going to be a section of the audience that'll say, well, it should all be equal and we should have, the guys can bleed, the women should bleed. Fine, okay, cool. Like, that's your jam. All right, go for it. I understand. I'm saying that from WWE's perspective, they don't have the women bleed on their TV, on their programming. So I kind of hesitate as to why they would greenlight a video game with their property to allow those things to happen. Until I see an intergender match take place on Monday Night Raw, I personally don't see it happening in the 2K games. Now you might be saying, all right, dummy, if we're not gonna get these cool things in the game, like intergender and an open world city thing, then what the heck is this? Gonna be just a rinse and repeat of last year? Well, it very well could be, but they could add a few other things. I think personally that we would get new match types. And an open world city is not a new match type, by the way. It's a new mode. I think we need to understand differences in words. Mode is like universe mode, my GM mode, the my faction mode. Match type is war games, is I quit matches, and so on. So for match types, I do think 2K gives us fresh new match types and they expand on the existing ones. I think one of the big if they're gonna include new match types and something that maybe took them a long time to develop, I could see them putting in Iron Survivor. That would be probably one of my first picks as their headlining match type that they want to showcase. That's how it was when we got War Games released. That was the big thing that they really wanted to hit home was, look what we did, we have War Games in here. It was the biggest thing that they advertised in the beginning when the game rolled out initially with War Games. So for 25, you need something big, a big breakthrough, something like that. They can say that Iron Survivor is that breakthrough. Would that excite everybody? No, not everybody, because it's one match type. Look at it this way. We got last year, we got casket match, we got ambulance match, we got special guest referee as well, and the gauntlet matches. We got 4 new match types or returning match types, with like gauntlet matches having turmoil, eliminator, all these variations on it. I love gauntlet matches. I think it was awesome. Special guest referee came back. There's a lot of great features within the special ref mode, but people don't talk about it after like 3 months. And it was something people were clamoring for a very long time. And I think they would just expand on special ref, giving you more tools, more things to do as the referee, fix up a few things, and maybe allow it in more match types, like do special ref in Hell in a Cell, something like that. And then for other match types, I think that they could do like an I Quit match and bring it back. They could do an Inferno match, 3 stages of Hell. There are certain things that I think they could bring back to the franchise that would make a lot of sense for what WWE does on their TV every week. Now, one cool, exciting thing though, that could happen, is the integration of TNA talent in the WWE 2K games. This could happen this year with 2K25. I hold my breath with that because I think it's too early. But you may have seen that WWE and TNA have an official long-term partnership agreement they just announced yesterday, actually, between the two, where we will see talent from TNA officially come over to NXT and vice versa in a larger capacity. But they're doing this for a long period of time. This is going to be a multi-year deal and partnership that they are doing. What does this mean though for the talent, and could we see them pop up in the 2K games? It's very, very possible. Right now is kind of our best opportunity, best shot of seeing a TNA pack in a WWE 2K game. If both sides, TNA and WWE, agree on the licensing aspect, you could see Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace, and maybe even the Hardys pop up in the 2K game. Could they do that with 2K25? Probably, well, they could. They really could do it. And as I think about it, there is a chance that 2K would know that this partnership agreement is moving forward and that they can go ahead with certain superstars to create or leverage, like the Hardys, let's say, and get them prepared for a potential DLC pack. That is groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking in a different way because it's a different organization and they're bringing them into the WWE 2K games and WWE's universe. That is kind of a breakthrough thing in the franchise. But I think we all sit on, okay, what's groundbreaking and new? It would be something different with a mode or new match types altogether. New groundbreaking features added into the game. No matter what, it's all very exciting. And I always look forward to 2K games when they come out because 'tis the season. It's fun to chat about. It's great getting your guys' insight of what you think should be, will be in the game. And we'll have a really good idea on January 28th when they actually talk about it officially and we get probably a teaser trailer. Just be careful with all of the rumors that are out there. Take it with all a grain of salt. Go find your salt and go throw it on it because you never know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Click this video right here. You want to talk more 2K25. Have a great day. I'm going to go get more coffee and we're going to do more content. See ya.